Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Morgan. I'm the instructor for Advanced Pharmacology in UR 801. I would like to go over with you today the components of writing an accurate and safe prescription. In Chapter 2 of your Advanced Pharmacology textbook, the Lean book, it goes over all of these steps. It gives you sample prescriptions. It's very important that you go over this information. Also, there is a slide presentation in the course that goes over the same information. I thought it may be helpful for you to actually see it written because it's one of the assignments is for you to submit a sample prescription. So we will go over that and give you each step along the way. So I've written a sample. This is the same template that is in your module for you to submit your prescription. So I want to go over each section of that and what the information means and why it's important. So we start with the name of the facility that you're working with. Of course, for this, we just use the name of the college and the course. But each prescription should have a heading on it or a prefabricated address for the facility in which you're working. The patient's name needs to be written out completely, and we will just call this patient John Smith. And today's date is 10/10/19, and we'll say his date of birth is 7/16/65. His address will be 123 Apple Drive. With an electronic health record, when you're e-scribing a prescription, all of this will be pre-generated on the prescription and you will not have to write it out. But there may be times when you need to write a prescription manually, and I want you to know how to do that. And you need to know how to do it for the assignment. So this section here, this big blank section, is for the name of the medication. That's what the RX, the SIG, is the directions to the patient, and dispense will be the quantity dispensed to the patient. So for this assignment, we're going to use Augmentin. We'll say this person has a sinus infection. So we're going to, the name of the medication is Augmentin, and the dosage is 875 milligrams. So when you write the name of the medication, you need to write the milligrams and the name of the medication. So the SIG is the directions, how you want the patient to take the medication. So we're going to say 1 PO BID times 10 days. And so the quantity to dispense is 20 tablets. So you can just say 20. If I want the patient to have name brand only, no substitution, then I would sign my name, dispense as written. You may see this also as DAW. That could be a box in the electronic record that you click to dispense as written. If that box is not clicked, then the pharmacy automatically will dispense the generic. So if I want dispense as written, Augmentin name brand only, I would sign my name here. But Augmentin is pretty pricey if it's not given in a generic form. So I'm going to sign for substitution, which does not mean that the pharmacy will give them a different medication. It just means that the pharmacy will dispense the generic form of the medication. So I'm going to put my name here. So they can have a generic. I never give my patients name brand only unless they request, because that is usually a huge cost difference, and it can be an insurance issue as well. So down at the bottom you'll see permitted refills. Because this is an antibiotic, we're going to say no refills. And DEA number. This may also, this could be your NPI. You don't have to put your DEA number on your prescription. You could put NPI, And a lot of the electronic prescriptions will have that on there already because it's going to be entered into the system at the place of your employment. So when you print or send an e-prescription, all of this will be on the prescription. It will also have an electronic signature. But you could put, and I'm just going to put, I'm not going to give out my DEA number, or your MPI number, which you will get whenever you start to practice. That's something that we'll discuss that towards the end of your program. This is a national provider identification number. Okay, so if you go through all of the steps, there's a slide, and it's also in your textbook, and I'm going to go through each one of those. So it says everything that needs to be included in a safe prescription is the name. We included that. The license number and the contact information. So we have the contact information here. We have the name of the prescriber would be at the top of the page, or down here at the bottom where you would have your signature and a printed version of your name. But the prescriber's information is very important. Also the clinic information and a way to contact. So we have the number up here. All right, DEA number, MPI number, whatever is applicable, but they need a way to identify you other than your name and your clinic name. The patient's name and date of birth, and the patient's address. Also, allergies. That is not on the sample prescription, but if I wanted to, a lot of times that information is on file at the pharmacy, but it never hurts to give them more information than what is asked for on the prescription. So I could put that down here. I could put no known drug allergies. I also could put the reason for prescribing this medication. I could say 1 PO/BID times 10 days for sinus infection. And that will help the pharmacist to know the reason that you're giving the medication. They may be able to give some education to the patient. It helps them to know potential interactions or side effects that they may need to discuss with the patient. All right, we have the name of the medication. We have the indications or the directions. We have the strength. We have the number of tablets. And we have no refills. And every prescription that is written should have all of these components on it, no matter if it's an electronic prescription or if it's a handwritten paper prescription. This is important for safety for the patient. It's important for accuracy for the pharmacy to receive the information accurately, to be able to read the prescription, to be able to have your information on file, to be able to contact you if they have questions. This is very, very important. As you go throughout the program, you'll have an opportunity to work with your preceptors and possibly get to write out some prescriptions or do some e-scribing with your preceptor doing the signature part. But it's good to get comfortable with this and get to know how the prescriptions need to be written and what components need to be there. Feel free to ask questions. You're welcome to email me through the course. I'm available in my office if you need to contact me that way. We'll also be presenting a video on dosage calculations and how to accurately write the prescriptions, this part of the prescription with the dosages and the amounts and number of refills and that type of thing. So I hope this is helpful to you, and I will be available to you if you need me. Thank you.